to page 323. Okay, so it's the last time, number 27. A lady who gives birth, even to a stillborn child, has v'shalom, is considered a dangerously ill person, choleh sheish bo sakana, for 72 hours after birth. During that time, you could do a melacha that you normally do for a woman who just gave birth. Even if the patient or the doctor says that she doesn't need it, halachically she's a choleh sheish bo sakana for 3 days. Okay, good. A woman who gave birth through cesarean has the same halacha as a woman who gave natural birth in this regard to do melachot on Shabbat. 29. A woman who is within 7 days of giving birth and still requires assistance getting up may use a bell or an electric button. Okay, the patients in the hospital, they have this button they can press for the nurse to call the nurse. The question is, can you use it on Shabbat? So a lady who gives birth, she's in the first week of postpartum, of just giving birth, and she needs assistance. She can't get up by herself. She needs assistance to call somebody to help her. She's allowed to use a bell, or she's allowed to use an electric button to call the nurse for assistance. However, if she can, she should do it with shinui. But if she can't, she can even do it because she has a status of a choleh, of a sick person. Okay, from 72 hours till 168 hours, from third day of birth, after birth, to 7th day of after birth, one may only perform melacha for a woman if she or a doctor asks for it directly. If she didn't ask for it, then you should not do it on her behalf. Okay. Let's say 33. It is not permitted to instruct the hospital staff to place a call on Shabbat that will notify the family back at home, or by leaving a message will automatically play out loud. 37. One may violate Shabbat for the save the life of a fetus if the doctor says there's a danger to its life. Melacha may even be done if it's within 40 days of conception. I guess they're taking off the boards. Okay, 38. On the day that a baby is born, one may tend to the baby the normal way of tending it, even if melacha needs to be done. The day the baby's born is he's still a choleh. Okay, 39. Melacha may be performed for a baby that is born premature, even if it's born the 8th month earlier, since nowadays, with the advancement of technology, we have incubators and all that stuff, so babies, even though they're born premature, they will survive, so you're allowed to do melacha for them. Okay, 40. Let's say a woman needs to nurse a newborn, right? A woman may pump milk into a bottle on Shabbat if her baby is in intensive care and needs the mother's milk in order to heal and grow properly. Or if the baby will not drink any other type of milk. The only milk the baby will survive from was the mother's milk. So she's allowed to pump in a regular way. But if she could, she should find somebody else to help her pump. That way, a melacha was done by 2 people. It's a lower level. It's not as forbidden from the Torah. But let's say a woman her baby is not in intensive care. The baby is a normal, healthy baby. Is she allowed to pump on Shabbat? Halacha is that a woman is not allowed to pump manually on Shabbat even if the baby doesn't need the milk. Meaning, she's doing it. Why? Because she's in pain. She's in pain. She's engorged. So the baby knows how to nurse, but the baby's sleeping now. And she's in pain. She wants to pump. Is she allowed to? No. 42. It is prohibited to express milk into a cup on Shabbat. Therefore, if the infant doesn't need the milk and the mother wants to prevent engorgement, she can express the milk manually in a way that makes it unusable. How? Putting liquid soap in the bottle before she pumps the milk into the bottle. If she cannot find soap or anything like that to make it disgusting, she can pump but throw away the milk. You can't store the milk for the baby later. Or another situation that will be permitted would be if she puts the electric pump, on a timer. She puts it on a timer, she waits till a certain hour. It goes on by itself. She puts it on before it goes on, and it goes on by itself. That's another way that she could pump on Shabbat. But again, the milk, she's throw away. Okay? So therefore, if the baby does not need the milk, it is not permitted on Shabbat to pump and to store it, to pump and to feed. You have to nurse directly, or you could pump and you throw it away. That's the only way, because the melacha of dash, melacha of extracting the juice from the container. So therefore, it's a sur to milk a cow, even a cow that's in pain. You should ask a goy to do it. You can't do it yourself. And definitely not to milk the cow and to drink it on Shabbat. That is a melacha from the Torah. Okay, good. Brit Milah. All right, Brit Milah. Number 4, section 4. Number 1, a baby that is born on Shabbat, even if he was born only a few minutes before sunset, it requires a Brit Milah following Shabbat, because mitzvah Brit Milah overrides Shabbat. It's more important Brit Milah than Shabbat. You do Brit Milah on Shabbat, even if the baby was born a few minutes after sunset on Friday night. 2, if a baby was born during Ben Hashmashot, right, twilight, we don't know if it's day, we don't know if it's night, right? So, or on Motzei Shabbat, let's say. Motzei Shabbat Ben Hashmashot. We don't know if it's still Shabbat, we don't know. Halacha, we keep Shabbat till Tzedek Kochavim, not till Ben Hashmashot. We wait till after the stars come on, then we break Shabbat, right? Then Shabbat is over. So a baby was born during Ben Hashmashot Erev Shabbat, or Ben Hashmashot Motzei Shabbat, right? So you don't know if he was born after Shkia, after the on Shabbat or not on Shabbat. Over there, the Brit Milah is not allowed to take place on Shabbat. Why? Because it's a doubt, and because of a doubt like this, it doesn't give us reason to break. Only when you know for sure he was born on Shabbat, then you're allowed to do a Brit on Shabbat next week. A child that was jaundice. You know what jaundice is? Is a yellow. He was yellow. He was not able to do Brit on the regular 8th day. So now what happens? Let's say Friday was supposed to be Brit, Thursday was supposed to be Brit, and they push it off, he's yellow. Saturday is going to be available. Can you do the Brit on Saturday? No. Since it's not the 8th day, only Brit on the 8th day gives you permission to break Shabbat. If it's not Brit on the 8th day, you have to push it off till Sunday. Let's say a baby, for whatever reason, right? The Brit was pushed off from the 8th day. Tuesday was supposed to be the Brit. And that was the 8th day. For whatever reason, he was yellow. For whatever reason, the baby was not able to. Thursday or Friday, he was able to do the Brit. Do we do Brit Thursday or Friday if it was pushed off? No, we do not do a Brit Thursday or Friday because it might lead to Hilul Shabbat. So with the first 3 days, dangerous. It's the most intense for the baby. So post-operation, we try to give him weekdays to heal. Now we don't have to get a medical intervention. Haz Shalom within the first 3 days. So therefore, we should not do a pushed-off Brit. We do not do it Thursday or Friday either. Okay, let's say there was nobody in the room with the mother. The only person who testifies what time the baby was born is a goy. We believe the goy that the baby was born on Shabbat. Baby that was born premature, and he was put in an incubator. Does he receive Brit Milah after 8 days? No. He should receive the Brit Milah 8 days after he comes out from the incubator. That's when it's considered that you start the clock. Also, Pidyon Ben, 30 days after he comes out from the incubator. What about baby that was born Brit Milah through cesarean? Woman had C-section. 8th day is Shabbat. Do you give Brit on Shabbat? Yes. No. Baby that was born natural, you do Brit on Shabbat. Baby that was born cesarean, it is not permitted to Mehalal Shabbat. That is not considered the birth that the Torah says you break Shabbat for. It has to be, what is this week's parasha? Isha ki tazriya v'yalda zachar, right? Yalda means she had to give birth, and you have the 8th day Brit. But if it's not regular birth, you don't do 8th day Brit on Shabbat. Baruch Adonai Olam.